Donald Trump is planning to federalize the National Guard and put them in Chicago to close off easy access to and exits to the most violent neighborhoods. He wants to flood the zones with local police and federal law enforcement officers. He wants to create concrete blocks. He would use concrete blocks. They would be brought in roughly half of the exits of the crime-ridden areas, and the others would be controlled by the National Guard with law enforcement cameras inside of this perimeter. The streets will be saturated with city and state police, the Cook County Sheriff's Office. I mean, he's talking about creating a police state in this area of Chicago where we see heightened violence. This is not a solution. This is almost declaring war on Chicago.
Yeah, and hopefully that does not happen. I do believe he has to go through some channels, but if that did happen, it would be a bad result.
Yeah.
That is basically a Band-Aid, and it won't solve the problem that we have in our communities. You know, what would our communities look like at the end of that? The same. And we'll still have the violence. You know, we have to start talking about economics. You know, I think Donald Trump is ridiculous, and that idea, it's not law enforcement that can change this problem. Right. And so we do not need more oppressive forces to come in into our communities and capture and kill and lock up our people. You know, that is not what needs to happen. I believe that murderers and killers should go to jail, definitely. But we need to start preventing those certain people from getting to that position. And we need to give them jobs. We need to put federal dollars. But if you want to bring in the feds to investigate Rahm Emanuel. See what he did as the mayor and figure out how you can lock him up. You know, send the feds into all this corruption that's been going on in the state, and then send in federal dollars to start rebuilding these communities and creating jobs like you say that you were going to do on the campaign trail. We do not need more police. We do not need a National Guard or more feds. We need money to rebuild. Right. That is what we need in the city of Chicago. So if they go that route, it will end ugly. Yeah. Because black people, they won't happen. Not in this city. This city is a city of fighters.
Yeah. Yeah. Jaymal, listen, man, thank you so much, man. I don't want to hold you much longer. Your time is precious. Thank you for sharing what you've shared so far. There's a whole lot that we could probably say on that. Me, man. Oh, my pleasure. Listen, tell everyone how they can get up with you and anything else you want to say. Some last words.
Everybody can get up on me on Twitter. It's Jaymal Green with a Y. It's JaymalGreen. For the activism on Facebook, it's JA''mal Green as the color. And if you want to be a part of what we're doing in the city, as far as our youth center, or donate your time, you know, you can go to MajestyAllstars.com. That's MAJOSTEE, Allstars, ALLSTARS.com. info@MajestyAllstars.com to email us. And just get involved and do something in your community. Don't just wait for leaders like myself to do something. If you see a problem, to get out there and fix it, you know. And I wasn't a fan of Barack Obama as much as a lot of people know, because I feel like he did the same thing that Rahm is doing, and Rahm is his boy. But I do agree with what he said in his farewell speech. If you see there's a need for change, be that change. Get out there, organize, open up your own organization, or organize kids in your neighborhoods, or, you know, start a block club, do something. Don't just work that 9-to-5 job and come home and think that problems won't hit home, because it can hit your kid, and then you'll be asking everybody for help. So get out there and do something and contribute to what's going on in your city or your community or your country.
Man, Jaymal, we got to get you back sometime. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Awesome. 857-600-0518 if you want to join the conversation. That's a brother. That brother's gonna do something. He's doing something. But you know how old folks say that brother's gonna be somebody. Uh, he's already somebody, but I believe he's gonna do some great things coming in the future. And I'm definitely excited to have a front row seat to just see his growth and see how he can change. I mean, and he's focusing so hard on Chicago, which we don't find that right now. We find activists who are national, which is cool, and we need everybody to do what they do. But to find someone who has sunk their teeth into the local problem and to take it on the chin for his city. It's good to see that, and I know we need to start elevating other people like him that are not famous, that aren't Twitter famous, that don't get the television spots, but they're in their communities, locally grounded, changing the world from right where they are. We need to start elevating those voices more and more, and I know that they're out there.